My name is Nikku Sharma. I'm a Toronto realtor and I've been in the business for over a decade. Thank you for visiting my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to talk to you about the summer market and what you can expect as a buyer or seller in this market if you are thinking about making a move. So traditionally we generally say that, the summer market is slower, the winter market is slower because families are busy taking vacations, kids are out of school, enjoying the weather, outdoor activities, going to the cottage, over the weekends and taking week-long breaks from the city and kind of going outwards. And that's been true. However, over the last several years, as you all know, our market has been doing things because of COVID, interest rates being super low, and now interest rate increases, to not follow those traditional trends and not follow the traditional market that we can expect. So the months that we generally see a lot of activity or even a little bit of activity, we may not be seeing that activity because of recent announcements or something else impacting our market. And the months that tend to be busier are now quieter. So what is happening right now? So this is July 2023, and because of multiple factors, including the interest rate announcement that came out in June with an increase, and the potential increase coming in July that they are talking about as well to bring inflation down, we have seen that the market has really quieted down since that announcement in June. This doesn't mean that it is now automatically a buyer's market and you can go and prices are plummeting. None of that has happened yet, and I don't expect that to happen. However, we are seeing the impact on the number of transactions, the number of buyers that are out, and obviously the number of listings. Now, what you have to understand about this market is that as soon as buyers take a step back, so do sellers. So it's not like we're seeing inventory come online that is making it a balanced market that where the numbers are, now we have 6, 7, 8 months of inventory. We're not there yet. And the important thing is that as a buyer or seller is that we are really, really low. We have been low in inventory for multiple years now. So there is still demand. The question just becomes, for that demand, how affordability is impacted every single time there is an increase, right? So when there is an increase, people tend to lose their ability to buy by thousands of dollars, right? Generally about $25,000 every time an increase sort of comes into play is what we say. And the market segment that it tends to hurt the most is the first-time buyer market, right? So if you are a first-time buyer, it is going to become more difficult for you to be able to afford because you are not pulling on equity from another home. Generally, you are dependent on your down payment, your gifted funds, your RSPs, and those can only accumulate to so much. Where equity, if you've owned your home for 5, 10 years, you have a lot of equity built up because of what has happened in the market. And even, people that have owned their homes for 20, 30, 50 years, they have a lot of equity that they can pull on when they do go to sell. So as a buyer, you are going to see less competition in the summer. And that is important because if you're a buyer that is not comfortable, and I have a ton of these clients that are not comfortable competing, going way, not really understanding market value and having 25, 30 offers that you're bidding up against without conditions, then maybe this is the right market for you to be able to find something where you can have conditions, you can make a decision where you have a moment to think about it. So really look at those factors, but also look at your affordability. Where does your affordability lie? Now, one of the other things that we see with our move-up buyers is in a busier market, move-up buyers will sell first and then buy. They will, in a busier market, buyers will buy first, and then that have something to sell, they will sell second because they know once they buy where they're going, and selling is not obviously going to take a lot shorter of a time than today. Right now we're seeing obviously days on market of inventory creep up, which means that you're not seeing listings fly off the market in 24 hours. We're not seeing multiple offers everywhere. Now, that doesn't mean that we're not seeing multiple offers at all, right? Depending on the pocket, depending on the house type, depending on the neighborhood, and the price point, multiple offers still exist. However, there is a calm in the market right now that you may be able to take advantage of. Also means that because there isn't that much inventory, the house that you may want to buy may not pop up. So we will see sellers potentially sell and go for longer term closing. That is an option if you are thinking about making that shift up. You can sell your home, see what you get for it, and then make your decision and go for a 90, 120 day close in order to give you that time to purchase something else. But the advantages of this market is that it is a slower, more calmer place to buy real estate. So if you are that person and that is what you've been waiting for, then this is the time for you. Now, another thing to keep in mind is that we are potentially going to see an increase in July, which will then again impact the mindsets of buyers and sellers, affordability, and that will obviously have impacts on the market. The key thing to also understand is that when these things happen, there is not an immediate impact to prices. And that is super important, because I think that as soon as interest rates start to increase, people think, oh my God, the prices are going to fall. And historically, we have seen that yes, prices may take a little bit of an adjustment, but we have not seen prices plummet, especially in the city, to points where, you know, they automatically somehow become affordable. So one of the other things to keep in mind with these increases and what is happening in the market is that it is still expensive to carry a home, right? Your monthly payments are now higher because of the interest, and what you're putting into interest is more. So traditionally, we used to say to our clients that, you know, if you are buying a home, you're putting your money towards interest for the first 5 years, right? That's kind of the mindset. So that's why the whole idea of accelerated payments, where you put an extra $100 every payment towards your principal, really kind of took off. And when the interest rates were lower, you were impacting your principal. So when you went to renew, and when a lot of people go to renew, they will see that they have a lower principal versus if you are putting that much more money towards interest, and therefore your payments are higher. So what you may have carried 3 years ago at a lower interest rate may still be lower than what you're going to be able to carry today. So meaning that you have to pay more. So that is something to keep in mind, but it is calmer. It is a more relaxed market to buy in, but there is still a lack of inventory. There's still, you know, potential moving happening. It's just not as busy as we have seen over the last several months. And that can be a great, opportunity for those of you that are ready to move, that want to make the move, or that have to make the move. Thank you for listening to me today. As you can tell, I have a lot to say about this topic and what I think is going to happen. If you enjoyed the information, please subscribe to my channel and come back, as I will continue to bring you more real estate information.